please welcome to the stage Congressman Dan Meuser.
Everybody doing? Hello, Pennsylvania patriots. I said it before, I'll say it again. There is nothing like a Trump rally. How's it feel to be in the center of it all, where we're going to win in 2024? Woo! We in Pennsylvania are going to make the difference. Do we go down the path, the Democrat path of open borders, national security weakness, and big government socialism? Or do we elect Donald J. Trump as president and make America great again? Woo! President Trump is stronger than ever, and J.D. Vance was a great addition to the ticket, don't you think? Folks, I was there at the last rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. There with him, and there with many Pennsylvanians, where our past and future president once again put it all on the line. Where a great Pennsylvanian, Corey Campitor, gave his life shielding his family from gunfire. Where an assassination attempt failed only by God's goodwill. President Donald Trump literally took a bullet for our country. He was hit and he went down. But Donald Trump got up. Boy, did he ever get up. And he lifted his fist in triumph and defiance. His strength on character in full display. And when he rose, we all rose. And America rose. President Trump looked out on all of us at the time. He looked out in America and he said, fight, fight, fight. I don't think he knew how seriously he was hit. I think maybe he thought he was uttering his last words. But all I do know is that we all need to fight for the America we love. We will keep up the faith, yes. But oh yes, we will keep up the fight. So, our likely opposition for the White House, Kamala Harris. You can say that again. Covered up more than anyone else the mental decline of Joe Biden. And she continues to cover up the realities of the administration's failed policies, which is why we must defeat her. The Democrats' machine have no respect for democracy or the will of the people, especially when the will of the people gets in the way of their winning elections. They took Joe Biden out only because President Trump was beating him so badly. Now radical Kamala wants to be president. She wants to make the borders even more open. She wants to abolish ICE. She wants to ban fracking. Her energy policy is gas backwards. She favors boys playing in girls' sports. She's proud of it. She thinks it's great. She will order a mandatory buyback of your firearms. Stated on many occasions, she has a plan to confiscate your firearms. Who here supports the Second Amendment with Donald Trump? Yes, we do. Real wacky San Francisco stuff. So I wonder sometimes, is there anyone besides George Soros and the left-wing media that likes this socialist agenda? I don't think so. We want common sense, and we want to put America first. President Trump, everyone, we know he's for the red, but he's actually for the blue. But he's always for the red, white, and blue. Secure borders, strong national security, the most competitive economy in the world, world peace, freedom from big government, and the proudest military on earth. Speaking of the proudest military, why don't we ask our veterans to stand? Let's give them a hand. Thank you for your service. Thank you for our freedom. My fellow Americans, this is the most important election of our lives. We must vote Republican, and we have many great candidates. We must vote for Stacey Garrity for treasurer. There she is. We must vote for Tim DeFore for Auditor General. We must vote for Dave Sunday for Attorney General. And we must vote for our hometown favorite Congressman, the one and only Scott Perry, who will be out here in a couple of minutes. And for those in the 9th Congressional, I wouldn't mind if you vote for me, too. I appreciate that. And for U.S. Senate, Dave McCormick. So, what Donald Trump brings to this election is strength for America. Kamala Harris and the Democrats bring weakness. Let's swamp the vote. Let's be too big to rig. Let's elect Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance. God bless you. Now, I have the honor of introducing a great American, Miss Tiffany Hall. Please welcome her.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany Hall, and I'm a long-life resident of Columbia, PA, in Lancaster County. I'm a single mother of 4 great kids ranging in ages 2 to 10. Like many parents, I wonder what the future will look like for my children as life continues to get increasingly more expensive and harder due to disastrous liberal policies. The Biden and Harris agenda has proven time and time again it does not work for the lower to middle class. Biden and Harris like to praise themselves for the economic policies, but the truth is that Biden, and especially Kamala, have been dangerously incompetent and dangerously far left. So, I'm going to read some bullet points here. Feel free to make some noise if you agree. 1, gas is so high, thanks to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris' delusional anti-energy agenda, that I cannot afford to put my children into sports. The price of groceries are so inflated because of Biden and Kamala's reckless spending that $100 barely fills a few grocery bags. 3, electricity and gas keep skyrocketing, so I have to look for additional resources for help. I spend many sleepless nights trying to see where I can pull money from to be able to afford back-to-school clothes, shoes, supplies for my children this school year. I have found myself among many Americans who are trying to get cash advances to pay for things as simple as glasses for me and my children or other out-of-pocket health expenses. Many friends of mine are not even able to comfortably afford housing or upkeep of their cars. Grandparents cannot retire because they're busy helping to raise their grandchildren, our children. I know many parents struggling with mental health due to the inflation that's consistently affecting our economy and how their best isn't good enough due to an economy that doesn't work for the working class. Many of us can't go out on vacations or getaways because somewhere else in our budget will be negatively impacted by it. Are you guys like me? Are you guys tired of struggling to pay for basic necessities? Like many of you, I'm barely getting by living paycheck to paycheck. Not only has the economy completely collapsed under Biden and Kamala, their educational priorities and mandates have crippled students, educators, and parents. I am an emotional and autistic support paraprofessional for a local school district. I love my job and the difference that I feel I make, but I also get a front row view of what out-of-touch educational policies do to our next generation. Biden and Kamala Harris feel the government knows better than parents, Being an educator and a parent, I strongly disagree. Biden and Kamala wish to fund their liberal agenda over programs that teach children reading and math. Is this acceptable to you? Is not to me. We need to return to the basics. We need leaders with common sense, and we need to get the government out of the way. Lastly, we need President Donald Trump back in the White House so he and soon-to-be Vice President J.D. Vance can restore our economy, stop the indoctrination of our children, and remind us that the American dream is alive and well. It's time to band together as Americans and make sure President Trump is elected, because he is the key to making America great again.
That's America. Looking out at all of you, boy, oh boy, am I looking at some great American patriots. You know what? There's one American patriot above all else that I just want to give a shout out to, and that's my friend Jim Worthington. He's here with his wife, Kimberly. Let's give Jim a hand. He's doing more to re-elect. He's a nonstop worker. Jim, thank you very much. All right, folks, I now have the honor of bringing out Mr. Frank Hancock, who has some great words of encouragement and patriotism for all of us. Frank, please come on out.
Okay, I'm Frank Hancock. I've lived here in central Pennsylvania for about 30 years. A little bit about me. I graduated from West Point in 1972. I commissioned as an infantry officer, went to Airborne Ranger School. During Desert Storm, I was a battalion commander with the 101st Airborne Division, and I retired in 2002 as a colonel. Then I went to Cedar Cliff High School and taught Army JROTC for 16 years. When President Trump became president in January 2017, he inherited a small military, but a pretty good army. At that time, ISIS was a major player in the Middle East. About May or June of 2017, I noticed there was nothing about ISIS in the newspaper, so I went to the War College and asked one of my bubbas, what happened to ISIS? He simply said, they're eliminated. So that's when I knew how President Trump was going to govern. He gets results, right? So with no fanfare, ISIS is eliminated. In his 4 years, President Trump used other elements of power to solve traditional military problems. Using a tariff or a sanction instead of bullets is absolutely fine with those folks who have to do the fighting. Let me see, I'm a soldier. I don't have to deploy. I don't have to leave my loved ones, and I don't have to get shot at. Yeah, I'm good with that. The military had 4 years with President Trump, and they were peaceful years, which is, again, completely okay with those folks on the front lines. During his 4 years, you got to see how President Trump interacted with service people, and two things stuck out. Number one, President Trump has an unabashed love for the United States and for its founding principles based on freedom. He understands that all these young folks that are in the military are giving up their youth to defend all of us. President Trump gets it. He will never put troops in harm's way unless they can succeed. Also, from his many interactions, Army-Navy football games, Afghanistan, Korea visits, you could see the mutual respect and affection that President Trump had for his troops. President Trump gets us. We felt safe and the troops felt safe when he was in command. Last thing, President Trump has the courage of our founders, George Washington, Samuel Adams, Crispus Attucks, Molly Pitcher, Hugh Mercer, and John Armstrong. 2 weeks ago, when all hell was breaking loose, I put up on the social media an equation. It said, President Trump equals legitimate, and I'm looking for, well, there's only one word, badass. President Trump equals legitimate badass. That's who he is. This is my take on the military and President Trump. Please vote in November. Bring 5 people with you. Make sure they all vote like you. The country needs President Trump. The world needs President Trump, and so does our great Commonwealth. Thank you very much.
Well, Colonel's an old saying, it takes one to know one. It takes one badass to be able to recognize a badass. Thank you. So I have one other shout out. Where is Dwayne McDavitt and Ty Poole and the Bikers for Trump? Where are they? Thanks, guys. You're always there. Appreciate you. Wolfie. I now have the honor, folks, of introducing Phillip Hoerger. Great American. Can you come out here and speak to us? Come on out, Phillip.
Good evening, Harrisburg. Wow, what a crowd. It's great to see so many people out this evening to support President Donald J. Trump. My name is Phillip Hoerger. I'm from central Pennsylvania, and I work at Integris Fences and Decks over in Gap, Pennsylvania, where we build some of the finest fences and decks on the East Coast. But I'm even more proud to be a Trump Force 47 captain for the Trump campaign. I was born into a very large Amish family and brought up on the farm. We spent our summers planting, weeding, and harvesting organic vegetables. It wasn't perfect, but it was a really great life. And I think there's many people that would give a lot to have what I had as a child. I'd like to thank my parents for that. Can we give them a hand? All good parents everywhere. I became a Trump Force 47 captain because I saw firsthand how the disastrous policies of the Biden and Harris administration have hurt the working class, especially young people like myself who are working hard, trying to save for a family and get ahead, but are struggling to afford everyday needs with the cost of inflation being so high, gas prices skyrocketing, and even groceries are emptying their wallets. I became a Trump Force 47 captain because I realized there are people in the government today, like Kamala Harris, who actually believe that principals and school teachers should assist children in life-altering surgeries and decisions like gender transition. There are states that would even remove children from the home if their parents do not support such a decision. I call that a travesty, and it's a disgrace to this great nation. I realize that many kids would not have an opportunity to have a childhood like the one I had and loved that was filled with so many good memories. I realized that if I did not stand up and fight, we were going to lose this battle, and that if Kamala Harris won, there could be even worse far-left and radical policies implemented than under Joe Biden. The future of our country is too important, and the left-wing gender insanity gas prices becoming unaffordable, and someone like Kamala who has sat by and watched all this happen and been willing to do nothing to change things to help young voters who are struggling every day. I knew I had to do something. I never dreamt I would volunteer and go knock on doors and campaign in a presidential election. I've always wanted to get along with people and certainly was not into confrontations over politics. I love my fellow Americans, I love all humans, and I don't want to fight with my fellow citizens. But when I saw what was happening, I knew I couldn't sit on the sidelines anymore. I decided to get involved, and I'm now a proud Trump Force 47 captain working to re-elect Donald Trump. So I signed up at Trump-Force47.com and was then contacted to attend a Trump Force captain training. Even with my busy work schedule, I learned that I could make a big impact with a small-time commitment. If you're wondering what Trump Force 47 is, it is a neighbor-to-neighbor organizing program hyper-focused on mobilizing highly targeted voters in critical precincts in states like Pennsylvania. The program is focused on efforts to recruit, train, and organize volunteers like me who are assigned to turn out specifically targeted voters in their own precinct. President Trump needs you. You can look up at the screen. There's a QR code. Scan that with your phone. Sign up today and volunteer to be a Trump Force 47 captain and help us save America. Please join me in the fight to take back our sovereignty as individuals, churches, and communities. I'm asking each of us here tonight to go to Trump-Force47.com and sign up to become a Trump Force 47 captain like myself. Do what you can, and on November 5, 2024, let's elect Donald J. Trump for the President of the USA.
All right, folks, great message, Phillip. Everyone, thank you all very, very much. It's been my honor to be here with you and look forward to the rest of the program. And the 45th and soon to be 47th president will be here a little bit later. God bless.